Hello, Chameleon Wranglers. Welcome to a wonderful Friday morning. And I am glad to be able to start this morning with you. For those of you who have joined me at 5 Pacific every day for the start of this vlog, this has just become a really cool way to start the day and just gets it started off on the right foot. Well, today is Community Day, and I have a number of chameleons to share with you. And so these are all viewer submitted. And so if you're out there and you see this and you say, hey, I'd like to share my chameleon, send it to me at bill@chameleonacademy.com, and it may show up in one of my community vlogs. So let's go ahead and start with Don Quiche, who is sharing this photo of his Nosy Be panther chameleon named Cryo in a very cool outdoor cage. And if you remember those planter box cages that we were talking about before, this is a great example of how one can be both densely planted as well as beautiful. I mean, look at those plants. You got on top, that is clematis, I believe. I can see right from the picture. At the bottom, you got impatiens. And that plant in the middle, is that the Mandevilla, or I think it's a Mandevilla. I'm going to go for Mandevilla, but I'm not absolutely sure on that one. But this is an example of how you can make an outdoor cage for your chameleon that they can stay in. And Don Quiche also has what I'm bringing up, an indoor cage, and this is the perfect way to do it. You have an indoor cage and an outdoor cage, set them up separately because the plant life is going to be different between the two. There's different levels of sun in the outdoor cage versus the indoor cage, and so those plants on the indoor cage are not going to do necessarily as well in the outdoor cage. It all depends on your conditions, of course, but you don't want to be bringing them in and out and changing the light levels between the plants, because then the leaves may get sunburned or starve, because the leaves actually develop differently depending upon how the light levels are. And so if you switch light levels out very quickly, the leaves, of course, can't adjust. And so it becomes a problem for the plant. But this is a beautiful example of a cage pair for a Nosy Be panther chameleon named Cryo. Thank you very much, Don Quiche, for sharing. Next, there is Annabelle. Annabelle is sharing her ambulope. We got an ambulope here. This is Luca. Oh my goodness, look at those gorgeous colors. Oh, I love it. Love it. And and here's another picture of Luca, who is with the morning hair, with the morning face. This is Luca just waking up, and he's heading to the basking lamp to warm up. But you can see he's got his morning colors on and needs a little charge up before he can show some of those real nice blues and reds. And that's next is Levi. This is Annabelle's Ambanja panther. And she writes, he is very, very shy and a late bloomer. Levi is roughly 7 months. He will rarely color up unless a dubia or he's in his PJs. Levi is slowly learning that I am his friend that brings him food. And this photo is of Levi chomping on a dubia. And then here's Levi sleeping in his PJs. And yes, every panther chameleon has their own personality, and some are gregarious and outgoing, and some are introverted and just want to be left alone. So, Annabelle, thank you very much for sharing Luca and Levi. I'm glad that Luca is accepting of you, and I hope for Levi to warm up to you. Thank you very much for sending those and sharing your panther chameleons with us. And this is just showing off a beautiful panther chameleon. I mean, oh my goodness, look at those colors. They are just unreal. This is the father who looks green, but you know what? I'm betting that those greens there get really yellow when this guy fires up. Pretty impressive. This guy is 6 months old. Look at that. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing your panther chameleon with us. So I really appreciate people sharing their chameleons. And if you want to, please share yours. Give me a little story about them so I can share with the community a little background, name, and a little bit about their personality. And if you want to have a cage review, you can send that as well. I like having these episodes that are all about the community, showing what other community members are doing. If you're building a cage, let me know. If you've got a cage that is beautifully planted and you love orchids, let me know. That kind of stuff is the stuff I love to share. All right, now I need to let you know what's going on with the Chameleon Academy coming up. You've noticed that I've started to do a little bit more with short form video, to where I'm working on micro-learning, which is providing concepts in under 60 seconds. So I have produced a couple of these, and next week I hope to be producing a few more. Now, schedule-wise, you may start to see a couple of differences. I still plan on having shows at 5 a.m., but I do want to start working on some more serious tutorials. And of course, that takes filming time. And so one or two of my morning shows may be tutorials. I'm going to be working on the scheduling here. I really enjoy doing the daily vlogs, but there are things that I want to accomplish for the website and for references for the chameleon community. And so it is time for me to start working on those projects. Now, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just saying that you may be finding different material on this channel, either in the afternoon or in the mornings at 5 a.m. I'm just gonna mix it up a little bit. Now, I do need to share some scheduling for the next 2 weeks. I don't know if you know this, but it is going to be Yvette's birthday very soon. For those new here, Yvette is my wife and she is incredibly wonderful. And so I am going to be giving her a 3-day weekend, and that's going to be the week after next, the weekend after next. And during those 3 days, I am going to be off social media. I am going to be dark. I am doing nothing except spending 3 days focusing on doing things with her. And to prepare for that, this next weekend, starting tomorrow, I won't be doing the daily vlogs in the morning. I'm going to be using that time and I am going to be cleaning the house because during those 3 days, it's kind of like a staycation type thing. We're going to be doing little day trips, but we're going to be lounging around the house and watching movies, popping popcorn, all that kind of fun stuff. And you can't relax in that situation unless things are picked up. Both of us work from home, and so you could say that our house is functional, and I want it to be warm and inviting. And so I am going to be spending all of my time this weekend, starting tomorrow, working around the house, cleaning things up and making it a place that can be lounged for the weekend after. Now, I will be doing my live sessions on Saturday, the Chameleons and Coffee, and the Sunday night live session. So that still will occur next weekend. But the weekend of the 23rd, 24th, 25th, I will not be doing live sessions. So I won't be doing my weekend lives, and I won't be doing the morning vlogs on those during that 3-day weekend. And I'm really excited about doing this. We've all been working so hard. And for those who don't know, she's a breeder of Eurypletus fantasticus. So she's a gecko breeder, and I'm a chameleon educator. And so we are always running around, and it's amazing how you can spend your entire day in the same house and yet feel like you're alone. Now, we say hello to each other, we interact, but we don't always spend time together. And I'm sure I'm not speaking in any mysterious language. I'm sure many of you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I think it's a good thing for all of us to keep in mind that, yes, we have ambition, we want to accomplish things, we want to work hard for our goals, but we have to make sure that we don't focus so much on our goals that we forget why we're doing it in the first place. And find out that now I have to catch up on a relationship that was left on a subsistence diet for the last 5-10 years. I don't want to wake up one day and find myself in that position. So I'm doing a self-intervention on me and my entrepreneurial ambitions. And I'm saying, Bill, it's time to invest in why you're doing all of this in the first place. You want to create a wonderful life for you and your favorite person. Well, make sure that your favorite person feels like they are your favorite person all the way through the entire journey. I know you all will do just fine while I'm gone, though I'm sure by the time I come back, I will have stories to tell and share with you a couple of photos of what we did during our 3-day vacation. And I want to thank you all for being a wonderful community, for helping me start the day off right each and every day of the week. And you all keep taking care of each other. That is what's special about this little Chameleon Academy community we've got here. For those of you who were in the last live, we had someone who was just so beside themselves with having a question that they were spamming the chat. And we had Eliza answering, hey, come to the Chameleon forums, I'll watch for you, and we'll get you taken care of. Because yes, I do answer questions on the live session, but sometimes an answer really requires a deep investigation of the situation, and this was one of those. And so it was wonderful to see the people in the chat showing patience and kindness. That is exactly what I love to see in this community. And so let's keep taking care of each other. I'm going to go ahead and sign off and start cleaning the house to get ready for having a wonderful 3-day vacation as a birthday celebration for Yvette. I'll see you guys on the lives Saturday and Sunday, and then be back for the vlog Monday morning. Take care.